Welcome to the channel, everybody. This morning we're going to head down and see Dr. Bill down at AEM. Take a look at the car, see how the progress is going real quick, and drop off some brake fluid. So let's go. Try and do some more content, some more uploads instead of just some race videos. See what we got going on. Some changes to the car. Right now, car is missing. Bill.
Where's my car? Where's your car, dude? Hey, where's my car?
Bill. But got some super sexy additions coming in here. Some Weld S77 15 inchers, and took them out to Bogart's on the west side of Phoenix. Had the bead locks put on. Don't need those things spinning on the wheel. We're going to be putting down too much power to not have them locked up. Have the fronts just sitting up there. It is a mess in here right now. I'll admit I haven't had time to do much. Have the drum up there to keep the fresh E85 in house and make sure I don't ever have to run to the gas station and get stuff done. Other garage over here where I try to do most of the work on the stuff. Mess as well, sorry. Try to keep stuff squared away, but it just doesn't work out that much. Kids and family. The daily. Got a bigger blower going in right now. The ESS tuning in Chandler also hooked me up a great price on a new supercharger. Billet wheel, I'll post some pictures of that. We have to do some testing. We had a little issue earlier this year with a run in Mexico. I had some ticking going on and went away. So I just kind of left it alone. It was back when I was on nitrous. And switched over to supercharger, running the ECS 1500, the Novi, which is a fantastic blower, by the way. Lots of fuel, some meth, and that Novi 1500, it puts out some pretty good power. So ran quite a bit of passes in Mexico, and no ticking, no problems or anything. But I was starting to lift the heads, trying to figure out what was going on. So Bill over at AEM pulled off the heads for me, and turns out we had some little bit of pitting and stuff in one of the cylinders. Cylinder was fine, but the piston had some pitting on the top of it, and also the head. So we're trying to figure out what was going on there. So took the heads in to Jason at Outlaw Race Engines on the west side of Phoenix, and turns out whoever ported the heads, I picked them up from a local shop in town. They're supposed to be ported by Advanced Induction, but whoever had ported it, looks like they probably had nicked a couple valve seats, and one of my valve seats let go. So I had a little chunk, I'll post a picture of that, drop down and rattled around on the piston real quick, and then popped out the exhaust valve. So that's what the sound was long time ago. So all these passes in Mexico and driving around, daily stuff here and there, and for some reason it held together. So, you know, kudos to Chevy for building that LS3 so good, and Bill over at AEM for tuning that thing so good, because it sure held together really well. So we were already at that point where heads were off. We're going to do head studs because we were trying to lift the heads. So we ended up just pulling the motor. Bill over at AEM pulled that motor for me. We sent it over to Jason at Outlaw Race Engines and forged that thing. So stock crank, stock block, Wiseco pistons, and some Texas Speed I-beam rods. Blocks all back together. And it's actually in the car right now. I'll show you the picture of that. And we're just kind of waiting on time for finishing it up and tuning. We also went with A&A's direct drive setup. So instead of being the Novi 1500 with a 6 rib, it's going to be the ESS tuning supercharger. I don't know the exact specs. It is bigger than the 1500. And this is kind of a blind test to see the differences between the 1500 to this new supercharger. So now we're going to be 8 rib, direct drive, and we'll have to see how it's going. AUS in Chandler opened up the ID 1050Xs, the injectors we had. Now they are 1300s. So we're going to have lots of fuel, supercharger, a little bit bigger, meth if we need it. It'll be in there for cooling anyways. It's always so dang hot here in Phoenix. So we'll have to update that a little bit more when that thing gets done. Got a couple deliveries today. Some good stuff here coming in. Just trying to finish up a couple of things to do for the car. First thing we got to do, we're going to be needing more air than that filter can flow. The little air filter on the blower. So, got a hold of the guys at Turbo Guard out in Florida, and we're just going to throw a blower guard on it. I don't daily the car, so I'm not too worried about getting dust and dirt, too much stuff in it. But this bad boy here, about 80% open, so we should get a lot more flow, a lot more air in there. That supercharger needs it. Blower guard. Thank you, Turbo Guard. Man, this thing is sweet. Also, you gotta do a couple aesthetics things. I kept the stock mufflers on the Grand Sport. We did cooked headers, X-pipe, no cats. But I like the option of being able to turn off the valves and shut that thing and keep it quiet. My wife hates the car. She hates the noise, so it's pretty loud with the valves open, so I need to keep that. But I don't like the tips on there. They're like 3.5 inch. They sit a little low. So went online, got a few new tips here. These things, four brand new, beautiful double wall. We'll replace these. The old tips are getting a little dirty. We'll get these things on there as soon as I get the car back. Do a few more pretty things, but the car's pretty much going to be done. Hopefully by the end of the weekend, we'll have that stuff all wrapped up, throw this other stuff on, and then make it look pretty and see how it does. I really appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to do a follow-up video next with more about the car, what it has, the evolutions of the changes. You know, we all can't keep it stock. It's just how it is. But again, appreciate you watching. Growing pains going through this process, making these videos. I'm still new at it, trying to get the content good. Definitely be some more trips to Mexico. Lots of cars coming up here in Arizona. It's boost season, so Mexico's right across the border, so it's close. So we'll have some more runs, some more evolutions of the cars, some friends' cars, stuff like that. So appreciate you guys watching. If you want to subscribe, awesome. I'll keep making what I can. 10 views, 200 views, whatever. Appreciate it. Subscribe if you can. Like it. Don't like it, leave a comment. I'll try to modify and make things better. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.